Hello, friends. It's me, Snoot City, here again with you. Hello. Recently I've been having broadcast issues with the streams. One of the big reasons I sort of cut back on the streaming. So here's hoping. Here's hoping. Once again, gonna do the quick little hey. It's me, Snoot City. Hello, friends. Just to be sure the broadcast picked it up. I think we're going now, so let's get the video rolling. Alright. Well, friends, I picked up Crusader Kings, and it's quite fun. I absolutely adore it. For the roleplay, it's tremendous, man. Yeah, what up? My good friend Reptizzle here. Here is hoping. So, yeah, the stream is on. We're going. The video's good. This is episode 1 of Crusader Kings. Yes, sir. I like to begin in 867 because I like to do these long marathon games. In episode 1, we're going to do character creation. We're going to go over settings for the game, and perhaps a little bit in the early game. Game settings, game rules. So, something interesting about Crusader Kings, there's no hard or anything. There's an easy and a normal. And there's a very easy, of course. We'll do normal. The game rules. It sure does. A lot of these I am going to leave the same. Because we're going to try to play what I would call legally, I guess. We want trophies to be enabled. The Iron Man is quite calls. Yeah, why not? Let's do an Iron Man run. Really, the only thing we're gonna change is little things like the nickname frequency. Big fan of nicknames. Let's double that. Diplo range. Really, there's not too much for me to change here. I normally turn off the Mongol invasion just because they're kind of a pain to deal with, and I like to play for roleplay. But everything's good to go here. Iron Man run. Let's get the character going. I love this game because the majority of the gameplay is just a map. And let me tell you, it is one of the better games I've played, just staring at this map. I love to start as Napoli, a nice little small kingdom. You don't got a lot going on. In fact, you're not a kingdom at all. I'm not going to be this fella, though, Count Gregorios III. We'll make our boy. Let's create our own ruler, shall we? Count Joshua Gregorius. My man. So, unfortunately, we're not Joshua. We all know that I'm Snoot. Heterosexual. In this game, it's great to start young. Even though I'd like to go real life age, we'll start on the precipice of manhood. Let's go age, 17, so we can get a lot of skill points. Have room to grow. Name and family, Snoot. Alright, great. He's not married, just a little kid. Barely a boy. Let's customize him. I actually really like the hair. Honestly, I like how he looks. Well, sort of a orthodoxy. Unfortunately, they can't do. All respect to the Orthodox out there. I have a plan, and that involves Catholicism. Joshua Gregorius, yes, but his nickname's Snoot. Joshua Snoot Gregorius is a good Catholic boy. And he's not Greek. He's actually Sicilian. Yes, I like to go with an unorthodox culture. Just because there's a way to bring, there's an option to bring something back later in the game. I don't do it often, but my favorite part, let's customize the coat of arms. This is where we can choose the last name. Unfortunately, the last name Gregorius, let's not stick with it. Snoot Alexander, it's a powerful name, it's a powerful family. Ogs. Shall we? Let me Google real quick. Oh, good heavens, I've lost my phone. No matter. My friend Antoine Judson Leonard asks, why like this? Well, it's best to start off on a fresh run with a fresh family, I feel. A motto. My family motto. Better out than in. That's a good family motto for a good family. The Alexander family. Snoot Alexander, let's see. What does their coat of arms look like? Oh, the Ogres is the Nomad. So, Antoine, has that DLC dropped for console yet? I know we're a little bit behind. I like to play as Napoli only because I'm kind of familiar with the Italy region. But I am really interested in the unlanded plague. I just do not know if the DLC is out yet for console. Which I am on, by the way. I forgot to mention this is on the PS5. Um, yeah, Crusader Kings for PC actually has a lot of Asia unlocked. They have a lot of things that I'm excited to come to console. We're only about a year and a half behind. September 3rd is the next DLC. Um, and well, we just got the Persia one. Anyways, let's get to the coat of arms. I actually really like this coat of arms. It's pretty good. The existing design. It ain't bad. Let's change the Welsh lion. Patterns, nature. My motto won't be too crazy, only because you can spend a lot of time on it. Ah, my good friend Reptizzle. He likes to play as Napoli because of the Sopranos. Hey, shout out to the Naples gangsters. There it is. The palm of justice that represents our family. It's a red palm because it's been rubbed raw. Napoli, yeah. We're gonna stay Napoli because I want to keep it relatively historical. Even though it'd be fun to play as like Snootville or something. Let's change our color to make it blue. Make it a little more pleasant on the eyes. We're already on to the traits. So, to keep trophies available, I need to keep the traits under 400, which is let me tell you, that's going to be a rough one. I should probably, be in intelligence-based. You have the option. Intelligence, martial, what do you call it? Stewardship, which is basically money. And then you have diplomacy up here. And then intrigue. Intrigue is never a bad option because you can make your way in the world. But I have plans. I'd like to go as high as possible. Start with a 3-star and work our way from there, shall we? What kind of personality is Snoot Alexander? Well, he's not going to quite be based off of me. Or is he? I know that I do like a couple of these traits. The temperate is a good one. It's virtuous. Adds a little bit of stewardship. That's a really good one. I'm going to try to keep the personality traits to, let's say we get 3 personality traits, you know. The character doesn't need to be that crazy. I do have plans with them, though. So it is going to be quite imperative that I go zealous. The last thing, really we're just trying to generate some faith here. I love greedy. It would be nice to have greedy, but it conflicts. Just. Compassionate. I think that's virtuous to Catholics. Yeah, let's go with it. Compassionate, what a guy. Zealous, temperate, and compassionate. What more could you want in a good Catholic boy? Catholic lad. Call the Pope, I got a good one. Alright, so this is where we fill out the majority of our 200 points we have left to spend. It's more like 180. This is where you really set your character up for who they are. Well, most imperatively, I'm a Hashishia. That's the truth. You can always take diseases as well to get a couple more points. That's kind of the meta. It's going to be rough for this guy too, because it's unlikely he's going to be able to get that great of a wife. Normally, I like to make my characters as like attractive as possible. Try to get a nice wife, but this character is going to be kind of a loser, just because Naples isn't so strong. I'd like to make him intelligent, though, to set him on up for life. These are the battle stats here at the bottom. Could always start him off as a witch, too. That's... Alright, let's get serious and take a look at these traits. Shrewd is +2 to everything. No, thank you. Could always just say, fuck it, and give him genius. That's also a really good one. 240. Yeah. Yeah, that puts us 73 above, doesn't it? Isn't that the truth? Well, we'll definitely have to take an intelligence trait. That's without a question. Oh, I probably passed by, didn't I? Intelligent, 393. You could be one thing in your life. Is that intelligent? Let's see, how do we level it out? We can make him an ugly sumbitch. Oh, God. It's a little, No, it's fine, Snoot Alexander. You look just great, man. Let's get a couple rid of those scales, though. I don't know if the Pope's gonna want me if I look like that. That's the goal of this run, you see. I want to become a Pope. And to do that, it may even be better to give up the wish of being intelligent. It's just not feasible. However, I could be a theologian and skip a lot of time in the skill trees. Wise Man. I believe Wise Man gives at least learning +1. The Scholar trait too as well. Already, it might be better to find just traits to spec specifically learning instead of the all-around traits. It's a rough setup for the family. I love to be kind of intelligent. My good friend Reptizzle, Snoot Alexander, who lived in Napoli. Isn't that a steam-powered giraffe song? Yes, I believe it is. Captain Snoot Alexander of Napoli. So we do want to have more learning. In fact, we want to have as much learning as possible without going over 400. These are just we probably should not play with the other traits. It's going to be so necessary. Prowess is something that perhaps we could give up a little bit of, because we can always get artifacts to up our prowess. So this character would die to a fucking gust of wind right now. Prowess is basically your hand-to-hand combat skill. So while it's fun to have a roleplay character, this character is not fighting anybody. Right now I'm not going to no tournaments with him. However, we can boost up our others to at least start on even footing at level 5. Nice. 399. A good Dynasty and Realm. a nice faith and culture, and a fun settings. Well, that's it. We're good to go. Finalize. Snoot Alexander. Welcome to the world, young man. So, we'll hit play, and we'll drop a save name. That's Snoot Alexander in the building. Slexander. The run has been started, but that doesn't mean that the game is playing. Crusader Kings is well, it's a grand strat game with multiple levels of things to do before you start the clock. Let's take a look at ourselves. 7s across the board with a 5 in intrigue and a 25 learning. Shout out to Pascal Ael. W Napoli. Agreed. One of the most fun regions. Love South Italy. North Sicily. Hey. So, let's see what our yield's looking at. 1.8 off the bat. 0.5 fame. 7.6 faith. That's the crux of pretty much what we're doing. As I'm sure a lot of y'all already know, we're going for the popehood here in the papacy. Once we can create our own religion. Oh, hey, Pascal Aioli. He's actually from Napoli. Wow. Shout out to you, my friend. Your homelands. I'm from Iowa, over in America. No America here. But yeah, shout out. A beautiful area, the Amalfi Coast with the lemons. Big fan. But hey, let's get the game going. Right now, our most important thing is to run our search for a physician early on. We don't want to die early in the game. Bless up my friend Pascal. Hey, do good to my country for real. Here's hoping we can get the blessing of the Pope and probably Sicilian domination. We're gonna hope to avoid the Byzantine Empire and see if we can get going. Perhaps reunite the HRE in the long run. But hey, yeah, right back to it. So we got a physician coming. I always like to get some knights off the bat. Since we're a wise man, we can sacrifice some of this piety and hold mystical communion. That'll just get us a little further in our trait tree. So these are going to get filled up pretty quickly, although I don't want to fill them all immediately. So we got a good start. At least most of our people don't hate us. It looks like our suffragan bishop isn't super fond of us, but it also looks like he's about 77 years old. So it's probably not even worth investing in his time. First and foremost, we'd like to make the local culture. We've got to make that ours. 15 years, that really sucks because our steward is absolutely useless. Who is this fella? Well, that's alright. We'll let him stay for a while, get comfortable. As our character is 17, he needs a beautiful wife. And right now, it looks like the strongest alliance we could possibly get is a small Grecian island. Oh god, is she actually from Constantinople? Oh, no, she's not. Well, this character has no ambition for a wife, but he could have a very intelligent wife. A very intelligent wife. 23 intelligence and only 29 years old. Heike. She's Swabian. From the north. A fearless absolver. Wow, look at that. A mastermind philosopher. She's diligent, ambitious, and forgiving. What more could you ask? What more could you ask? Hypatia. Oh, a disloyal woman around the same age. Yeah, I'm sure she is, isn't she? Heike's looking like the choice. I could go for a younger girl around my same age. Oh, hello. Yeah, looks like we're doing it. Oh, she's unlanded and everything. But you know what? She'll take good care of us. Welcome to the royal life, my friend. Heike, my beautiful wife. We have no physician. Our suffragan bishop hates us. But the Pope doesn't. Speaking of, it's pretty important we get to know this Pope. Pope Nicholas, 67 years old. Wow, he was in August. What a king. Diligent, calm, and zealous. Him and I could become good friends, plus 40. He might not be the one I do most of my dealings with, though, so... Let's see what the languages look like. I do speak Italian, which means I should most likely learn Greek. Yes. I could always do some intrigue, but I like to chase intelligence. Learn Greek, get a couple languages out of the way, make people like me a little more. With all of that said and done, let's start the game off with a pilgrimage, man. Greek, also Sardinian. If you unite, yeah, I am eyeing up the Sardinian coast over there. A little nerve-wracking how Italy has Corsica, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Let's take a pious pilgrimage to the Vatican. It's right there. It'll cost us almost nothing. A humble pilgrimage. We have no caravan master of anything, but we don't really need one. And all of this is before the game is even started. But it's looking like we have just about everything out of the way. Iron Man mode, let's get it going. This is the official start, so hey, episode 1. I am pleased to embark on this pilgrimage to Roma in order to get even closer to God. Bless up. Getting the blessing. Here comes the tax refund, that's that money from Pope Nicholas. Right off the bat, being so pious is an amazing gift. Oh, Pascal. I actually can't see the whole message on the stream, so I can see you never checked out the game on... I'm assuming you're saying Steam. Let me tell you, if you ever catch it on sale, I would feel comfortable paying about 50, 40 bucks for this. It's a great game, but I would want to catch it on sale. It's got a lot of DLC they want you to pay for. Oh yeah, on console. Yeah. Let me tell you, the game sorta... It doesn't suck on console, but it is a pain to play. It is a pain to play. You gotta learn all these weird shortcuts. It's based off these L2 and R2 blades. I would pay like... Same thing. If you catch it on sale, buy it for console. If you love the game already, it's definitely worth a buy. But other than that, definitely get it on Steam. Yeah, more DLCs, the game's way more caught up, it plays easier, it's a Steam game. Let's take a look at who is going to be our physician. Antero di Salerno. Yeah, how do you move the troops? On console, you gotta click on them. You use your left analog stick to like drag around the map. And then you click into your unit with square, which brings up your box of options. Perhaps in the next couple episodes, if you ever catch on the channel, we'll go to war here, probably in the next episode. It kind of sucks. I hate going to war. I'd rather just chill in times of peace. It looks like this Antero guy is a fantastic physician. Oh, man, goodness. Well, hey, I guess I told him off. But that's okay, we'll always find a new one. Right now, time is going. We're on the way. Looks like it's raining out here. There's a zealous priest giving a sermon. Wow. What? I don't even care if I get sick. That's right, that's... let's bring up the effects here. 21% chance of catching an illness. Forget that. That's a 0% chance if you have faith. Bless up. And indeed, I did not get sick. City of Roma is towering before us. Wow, there's a beautiful obelisk containing Julius Caesar's ashes. I must know more about the city that once was. Yeah, tell me about the city. I'm now a traveler. Things are happening awfully fast. It's what happens when you get out and you go and see the world, I suppose. We're on a layover to Roma, but soon we'll be crossing over into the Pope's territory in the Vatican. In 4 days, I believe. So again, no court physician. That's okay, my wife could be the court physician. That could never end bad. So, there it is. We've walked that holy path. We're now in the Vatican. A guide to the Vatican? Well, I could certainly take one. You know me, a tourist like me. Yeah, apparently this guide is going to tell me everywhere to go. For 5 gold, that's a steal. There is not much in this book, apparently. Oh man, I've been searching for about 4 or 5 days now, and yeah, still no events. The 27th of February. Time does pass rather quickly in this game, that's true. A big draw to the Crusader Kings is the roleplay, so there will be a lot of roleplay for this run. It really does seem nothing is happening. A bit rare. I would have hoped to have a more active pilgrimage, I guess. No matter, even if we get no events, we still get the pious boost. There we go. Oh, wow. He asked if I wish to absolve my sins. The Pope himself. Oh, that's not the Pope himself. Who is this? It's the bishop. It's the young bishop. He is barely older than I am. How can one man buy an entrance to heaven? That is what I ask. Perhaps if it was the Pope himself. Especially for 5 gold? Well, what a steal. Everything's 5 gold on this trip. "48 days. Better get your sightseeing in soon." Much like I assume my character is doing, I'm enjoying some nice blueberries. Big fan of fresh fruit. Oh, hold on now. Well, you know what that is, friends. That's the timer that was set to let me know when I got carried away. So, we'll go ahead and end this episode, and we'll begin episode 2. Either immediately or over the next couple hours. I pretty much want to break it up into little chunks. So now that we're actually playing the game, yeah, that constitutes episode 2, doesn't it? Thanks for watching, y'all. Snoot City out for now.